Now, before I carry on with the video, I just want to point out that until 1960, Niger was a French colony, and so it's gained its independence, but even after that, it's kept the official language as French, and for that reason I will be pronouncing the name of that country as Niger, the French version. And so, yes, it is kicking off in Niger. About a week or so ago, a military coup deposed the country's president and installed one of its own generals as the new leader. And for those of you who don't know, Niger is the largest country in West Africa. Politically, it's been a relatively stable, democratic, inverted commas, country in recent years. Now, I say democratic, inverted commas, because many people believe the president was installed by the West because of the strategic importance of that country. And surprise, surprise, it's also rich in uranium, producing 7% of all global supplies. Now, if you're watching this and you are awake, then you will know where I'm going with this later on. Anyway, so why has this happened in Niger? Well, violent Islamist groups have gained ground by attacking and controlling territory in the surrounding regions. And the democratically, inverted commas, elected president wasn't seen to be doing anything about them, when in fact he was doing quite a bit actually to try and stop the spread of Islamic extremism spreading into Niger. And so the military top brass cited this as worsening the security situation, and they used it as a reason for their coup. Now, you'd think a country like that, once a coup is enforced, then they'd ask Western countries for help, but they haven't. In fact, they've cut diplomatic ties with the US and France. Now, France has around 1,500 troops situated there, and the French President Macron has refused to withdraw them. And so, unsurprisingly, the French, the US, the African Union, the West African Regional Bloc, the EU and the UN have all condemned the coup, i.e. everyone in the pockets of the IMF and World Bank. And they've all demanded that the military release the president from captivity and reinstate him. Now, I mentioned uranium early on, didn't I? And uranium is crucial for nuclear powers, and I believe it's that crucial element that's the real reason for the region flaring up like this, and not Islamic extremists. And this is the reason why so many Western countries have so many troops stationed there. They don't want anyone else getting their hands on the precious uranium. Now, interestingly, the only person to support this coup is the leader of the Russian Wagner mercenary group, Yevgeny Prigozhin. And the Wagner mercenary group have been operating in that area for years as well, and they have been suspected of helping to destabilise surrounding Western countries and territories for their own gain. And recently it's been revealed that several African countries have made military deals with Russia. And that is why the French and the US and other countries are refusing to pull their troops out, because they don't want the Russians getting their hands on the uranium. And it's easy to put this two and two together, because in videos coming out of Niger, you can see large swathes of supporters of the coup waving Russian flags. And so we had a democratically, inverted commas, elected president who really was doing everything that he could with the assistance of the West to help stop the spread of Islamic extremism in the territory or surrounding regions. And then you have somebody somewhere convincing the Niger military top brass that he wasn't, and that the Islamic extremists were going to invade the country. And now you have the military in charge and the Russians supporting them. And the country sits on top of a very rich uranium vein. And the West are not going to let this happen or slip away so easily, especially if it means the Russians have a uranium advantage. And I believe for that reason it's the one conflict that could bring about a Western invasion to help restore the original authorities there, and not the Ukraine. But either way, somebody somewhere is getting rich because of these conflicts. Anyway, That's my video, that's what I think. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next time, Roger Trout.